New shit. That's don't matter. Should have charged my phone up. One ear is good. Yeah. So do that wait automatically? Don't wait till it go in time. Okay, it's just behind.
No, it's just
behind.
Yeah.
All right. It's on the charger.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. All right. I'm Vince Perkins, Mike Perkins over here. How you doing today, Michael Perkins? Tell people how you doing.
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Okay, that's very melancholy today.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. Melancholy answer. So I'm gonna get right into it myself. I don't like to beat around the bush. What did the Eminem say?
You like to beat around the bush, like you scared to eat, so you eat around the tush.
So, this is what I was saying. I'm gonna tell you what I was saying, and then you tell me what you were saying, and then you tell me where we are missing each other at. Okay. Okay. So, what I was saying was, what I was saying is that, okay, you stop me when I mess up and correct me so I'm not misquoting you.
Certainly, will do.
So, you don't think women act right?
That's not correct.
Okay. I just say stop me when I'm not correct. I don't mind you stopping me. So what is so I'm trying to get somewhere. So I don't know if you could you feel like women need to act a little bit better some of the time. Is that
that okay? I think that there's a contingency of women who have poor behavior.
Okay. It's a contingency of women that have poor behavior. That's what you feel.
Yeah.
Okay. So
no. That's a fact.
Okay. That's a fact. What's the fact again?
There are some women who have poor behavior.
Okay. That's a fact.
All right.
So, and I was saying that your solution to the women with poor behavior, your solution being that it's that the guys, if the guys would stop messing with the women with poor behavior, then they'll kind of wash out and wash away.
Yes. You talking about the women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thing is to say, in response to you saying that, is to say that, well, I don't think the two main reasons why your hypothesis, I don't think it will work, is that first, if men stop messing with women that are, say it again,
have poor behavior,
then I think that other men will pick these women up with this poor behavior. They would just go to another man. And the reason why I don't think that your solution will fix the problem is because, first of all, let's see what happened. Yeah. First of all, what I'm on second of all right now.
Well, you said first of all, the women will just be picked up by
another
guys.
man. And then second of all of the men are not going to, you don't have enough men that's going to do your plan to leave these women with bad behavior alone, to whereas it'll take out it'll make them evolve or do better.
Okay. So two things. One, I'm not trying to make the women act right. Okay. That's one.
You don't want them to act right. Okay.
That's not. I want women to act as they are and be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's in their best interest, to continue to do it. You don't have tryouts or a standard for a team to worry about the people who are not on the team. You set a standard for your team to worry about the people who are gonna be on the team. So that what you're saying is, well, we need to make those women not need to, but you're saying that my solution is about making those women better who are not on the team. No, it's about picking the best women for the team.
Okay.
So if those women are not acting in the best interest of a man, or they're not in the best interest of a man, let's say they're defiant, disruptive, they're dishonest, whatever,
mm-hmm.
then leaving her alone is in your best interest. And it's certainly not about waiting until she acts right to say, okay, are you acting right? Now you can come back. She gets the one time to be the way that she is. And then maybe she gets it the next time with some other dude. And to answer your question about, or to answer your rebut about, not enough men actually being in that, or not enough men actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need all the men to do it. We just need maybe 10-15% of
so
men.
Why? So is it happening or is it not happening?
It's happening on some level, but it's not happening at the level that we need it for that to actually be. Because I'll do this
for it to work.
No. Women, I'll put it to you like this.
Mm-hmm.
Our women are already the least married, for example.
Okay.
That's not because we are not marrying them. That's because nobody's marrying them. Don't you think? Because they're not just on the market for us.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They're not just on the market for us. Don't you think that that's a part of it?
What's a part of it?
The fact that they're so unmarried.
You think that that's because your plan is already into play?
It's not my plan.
I'm saying what you're saying is already into play.
Yes.
Like, I mean, no, I don't. I think that the fact that our women, black women, are the least married, I don't think that it has anything to do. Well, it has something to do with them not being chosen, but I think it also has something to do with them not wanting to be chose.
And to that point,
mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them be. Like, what I don't want, and because you see a lot of channels whereas people try to, it's the let's get together conversation.
I don't understand.
The let's get together conversation about like, we need to come to a solution, and they'll have panels where it's men and women,
mm-hmm.
and both the men and the women are talking, and they're saying, well, y'all do this, well, y'all do that. My whole thing in my head is, you're talking for the men, because I'm a man. You're talking to a group of women in most of the cases in these platforms and podcasts.
Okay.
You're talking to women that are making the excuse that they don't know, or
they don't know what
they didn't know, like, all the information that dudes are saying now. Like, I didn't know y'all felt that way. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But you're also dealing with women who have women's intuition, so they say, or smarter than us, some think, and they don't know what men actually want. I would say, let's not argue with them. Let's just tell the bros, hey, look, it's not a matter of you picking, you know what I'm saying, necessarily just some woman. It's probably in your best interest to pick the best woman for you and leave all the difficult women alone, because a lot of dudes think that being able to tame a difficult woman is a part of their manhood. Like, if your woman ain't doing what you want to do, then maybe that's because you ain't got enough game, or maybe it's because you ain't got enough this.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go across the board in any other culture, difficult women aren't necessarily the norm. It's not the norm to just deal with difficult women.
That's just our culture,
sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm only of my culture, so I wouldn't know I wouldn't know how to.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
Right.
This is how I know you know, even though you say you don't know.
Tell me how I know.
Let's say a woman gets in your face.
Or like get in my face, like
like nigga, you ain't that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
She didn't put her dukes up.
I'm saying, but she get in my face, like I didn't know.
What's likely to happen
if a woman get in my face?
Yeah,
like and be like cussing me out and stuff.
Yeah,
I probably just walk the other way.
All right, cool. If you're around dudes and a girl gets in your face, and what do you think's gonna happen? Like, just tell me what you think will happen. A girl gets in your face. There's a bunch of dudes around. The girl gets in your face. She doesn't have to be your woman. She's just a woman.
Oh, I mean, they probably be like, "Don't hit her."
Okay. Do you think that same woman can take that same attitude to Mexico and get in Enrique's face?
I don't.
Do you think that the women of another culture, where it's not America, will get?
Just go, nigga.
Will get in the men's face, and then nothing happens.
So you think if it was Enrique, he'll punch her in the eye?
I'm not saying he would punch her in the eye. Let's not say that.
I'm just
saying. Did you think that that's gonna be okay?
No, it's not okay in this culture.
But what can we do?
We could just. I don't know. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing in the other culture neither. I don't understand.
Okay. So you don't think that there's something that happens when a woman gets in there? Do you think that American law is not going to allow you to hit a woman? You do know that.
Correct. American law is not going to allow.
Do you think that everywhere? Do you know that everywhere else in the world is not like America? Like other cultures, I
didn't know that. I thought that if you punch a woman in the eye,
I'm not saying punch a woman in the eye. Why are we saying punch a woman in the eye?
You okay? What are you saying then? Like, get me there quicker. I don't understand what you're saying,
dude. There is no way in the world that a woman in another country or in another culture gets in a man's face because it's not acceptable. It doesn't happen.
Oh, it doesn't happen at all.
It won't happen at all.
Oh.
Like when women go other places, when women from America, and let's just make it about American women. When women from America go to other places, they can't act in the same way. You can't go like you went to Dubai. Do the women just get to act out of order and just?
They do not.
That's what I'm saying.
You
do know. We live in Detroit. Dearborn Arab women. Do you see them just acting out of order, jumping in their men's face? I mean, we do live close to Dearborn.
I mean, I don't see it, but I mean, you
don't see it.
Okay,
we're close enough to them to know that they don't see it. Canton, there's a group of there's an Indian. You know what I'm saying? Do you see those women just jumping in their men's face?
No.
Well, then it's different. It's different.
Some would argue that I'm not of that culture, so I don't see that, because I see more of me or more of us than I see of them. So they have closed communities, closed this, closed that, and I'm not privy to that opening of that information, because I don't
look no further than Instagram or the internet to find our dirty laundry in the streets.
I understand that.
So you can go to www.whatever the fuck to see it happening to us. My point is that if they know they can get away with it with us, of which I'm not saying go to jail for nobody, don't put your hands on nobody.
Okay.
If they know that they can get away with it with us, then what power do we have other than what you just suggested?
What did I suggest?
Walk away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that if enough men understood to walk away because we're advocating for them and saying, hey, dude, that's kind of unnecessary and that's unacceptable, you should walk away, then walking away should be the thing. You saying, well, enough dudes ain't gonna walk away. Well, you know what? They haven't. They've stayed getting hit. So I get that. They stayed with defying women. I get that. But people aren't saying, have you ever heard somebody say, hey man, if your woman acting up, just leave her? Has that ever been a movement?
not a movement, but I mean, people have said it.
People have understood that that's an option, but they don't exercise that option because in our culture, we're told that dealing or taming a difficult woman is manly. It's manhood. That's just in our culture. That's ridiculous because if she's difficult or defiant or destructive or whatever, you should leave. There is no other solution, is what I'm saying, other than leaving.
So,
especially if she don't have your kids and she don't have your last name. You are a goofy if you're letting any woman who doesn't have those things make you unhappy for a week. You go ahead and talk.
So, along with, I mean, but I feel like this is our dirty laundry, and you saying, well, we don't get it nowhere else, and I'm like, well, we are of us. So when I go on the internet, I don't look at the Indian community or the Arab community or anything like that.
You don't have to.
I'm just saying, I look at you, like people that know us look at us, and like this is what we look at because we are of us. So when I say like this is going on in our community, I feel like the only reason that I know this is going on in my community because I'm of this community. How would I know what's going on in another community? How would I know for sure when I'm not of that community?
Well, do you think they need to be of our community to know what happens in our community?
I don't know. That's the thing. The thing is that I know people that are not of our culture that don't know about the Breakfast Club and Love and Hip. Like they don't even know that stuff exists because they're not of our culture. Okay. They don't even know about that stuff.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like they like, what is that? Just as not being of a certain culture. When I talk about certain books or certain podcasts, is just not of the culture. I got introduced to Dave Ramsey, and he's number 3 radio show. It's like Rush Limbaugh was one other guy that was in between, and then it was him. I never heard of him before because I'm not of that culture. I've never heard, even though he's top in the world, top 3, then the 4th person falls off and is nothing. I haven't heard of him until I was 35, 30, 34 years old because I'm not of that culture. So that's what I'm saying. Like the stuff that it is in front of our face is because that's what we are of. I feel like. Anyway, that's what I feel like. I feel
like our dysfunction is more on TV than anybody else's dysfunction.
I know, but what kind of TV do you watch? That's what I'm saying. You saying our dysfunction is on TV more. Well, what are you watching?
You don't. I mean, like, so maybe you're right on some level in that regard. It doesn't change my point. My point is the same. My point is the same with regards to leave. That's more of the solution than these circular conversations with women who want to be defiant. It's best to just leave. Instead of trying to have conversations on platforms and panels with women about, well, if y'all would do this, that's fine. Go find that deal. That's fine. Like, I wish you the best out here. You go find that deal and leave them alone.
I know. It's just as simple as that.
Well, the thing is that it is as simple as that. It's just that people still think that dealing with defiant women is a part of their manhood.
I don't think that it's a part. It's people thinking that it's a part of their manhood. I definitely think that when you invest inside of a relationship, that you want you want your investment to pay off. I don't think that it's about, if I could turn somebody or change somebody, then I'm a man. I just feel like the more knowledge that I get, the more that I feel like I can do better inside of things. the knowledge that I have now, I didn't have before. So I acted different. I acted in a different way before. And if I had the knowledge that I had now, I wouldn't have acted in that way.
Do you think it's healthy to remain with a person who has proven themselves to have poor behavior?
Said it again.
Do you think that it's healthy to remain with a person who has demonstrated that they have poor behavior?
Give me examples of poor behavior.
Lying. Let's just go lying.
Okay, so ask the question again.
Do you think that it's healthy for you to remain with a person who has shown themselves to be a liar?
No.
Okay. Do you think that it's healthy to stay with a person who has shown themselves to you're giving very clear, reasonable instruction, and they're like, fuck that?
No.
Okay. Do you think that it's healthy to stay with a person that is abusive, verbally, psychologically?
No.
Okay. So you're saying to me it's not healthy to be in those situations.
Mm-mm.
Could you hedge your bets on seeing a woman act in those ways and then be like, nah, she probably wouldn't be a good partner? Could you do that?
Yeah. If you've seen that, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right. So you could make that distinction.
Correct.
So I'm not saying anything wrong. It's just that you think that men are just gonna be like, well, fuck that. I just want to be with her. That's what you think?
I don't think in that voice that you use. I think it's in the voice of
I'm sorry for that.
No.
I'm sorry. I did that. I did that.
No, you straight with me. I don't have a problem with you. But I think that it's different when you have to me, it's different when you have some type of stake or investment inside of the relationship. Now, obviously, if you're dealing with somebody that like you said, when you see him, you already know, like they say a lie or they say they verbally abuse you, and you like, well, I'm not about to waste my time.
Yeah, and look, and be clear, I'm only talking about the women who exhibit the behavior. Bump the nonsense. I'm only talking about the women who exhibit the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Only those.
Mm-hmm.
To walk away from those. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
If she's nice to you, she's kind to you. Like, I mean, obviously, don't leave.
Don't kick her out. Don't
Jazzy Jeff her out.
Okay.
Don't do that. But but obviously, I'm talking about the women who exhibit this behavior. Because again,
so tell the people your plan. Put it into motion.
What? I mean, because you minimizing.
I'm not minimizing. I'm saying tell the people the plan and see if telling people what the plan is. You don't want to tell people the plan. Okay, let's go to the next.
I mean, like,
you don't want to tell people the plan
because you being like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what am I being?
You being like sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying that I'm sticking by what I'm saying by saying that enough people ain't gonna do the plan. That's what I'm sticking by. I'm sticking by what I'm saying.
It's not a plan.
What is it?
Leave a woman it's common sense.
Oh, but okay, so now, and it's common sense in the reverse way too. It's common sense that you're supposed to leave a man if he's cheating, if he's abusive, if he's lying to you. It's common sense. I agree.
Okay, I'll do this for you.
I'm just saying, I agree. I'm just telling you, in real life, it don't happen. I agree with what you're saying. Why don't you
think it happens?
I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't happen, but I know that people are in abusive relationships both ways. People are in lying relationships. People are in cheating relationships.
I don't say it both ways.
I'm just saying,
I don't really care.
You don't care about men beating a woman? Okay.
No, not that. Not what you said. It's like, again, let's say if we on here, we're talking about cancer. Don't bring up another disease. We're talking about cancer.
What I'm not bringing up. What I'm saying is that you're saying, why do they stay? Why don't they go? It's just easy. They should just go. And I'm saying that it's not as black and white as what you're saying, because it's not happening.
Well,
either way, it's not happening.
But the reason it's not happening is because that's not seen as an option. You know, men don't leave most relationships. You know, women leave most relationships.
Okay.
So women are encouraged to leave. Men aren't necessarily encouraged to leave. Men aren't encouraged to leave. Most of the divorces are filed by the women. That's across all genres, cultures. It's across all cultures. The women leave. They're encouraged to leave. They're incentivized to leave.
Mm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of financial incentive for them to leave.
You need a little tap right there. I liked it though. I liked it. You was like we was on the same side for a second. They're incentivized. I liked it.
Fine.
I liked it.
Fine.
No,
we're gonna get out this motherfucker.
I like that
fight.
one thing.
But they're incentivized to leave. Men aren't incentivized to leave. Men are also not necessarily, and I won't say shamed, but they're certainly not taking their time with regards to vetting a woman in the context of a relationship to actually get married. They're not, I mean, you know, most black men don't even have kids, but I'm saying, like, for the ones who are in relationships, it's shit to get off the pot after the relationship gets longer, you know what I mean, long in the tooth. Like if it gets to 4 years, it's like, what are we doing here? And I get it. I do get it. But the man is putting in a lot more investment because you can lose your retirement. You can lose your house. You can lose half your assets and so on and so forth. You can, you know, if you decide to get married and have kids, the likelihood that you're going to lose most of the custody is 90%. Like it's like we're not encouraged to leave. Not only that, we have barriers against us leaving that say that we're going to lose stuff if we do. That's why we don't leave. And just realistically, women are encouraged to leave. Men are not encouraged to leave. We're made to feel as if we're weak when we leave.
Okay. That's new.
Well, okay, I'll do this for you. How many times have you heard of a woman breaking up in a relationship? She blamed herself. She said, I fucked it up.
Never.
Okay, so what I'm saying to that is that that's how it works. A woman always has that. I left for a reason. We don't have that. Because even if we was right, we wrong. Because ain't nobody gonna hear you. Who want to hear your side of the story?
You listen to me.
I listen to you. I will listen
when I do, I come to you and I be like, look, this was really
but the reason you're saying it's not happening is because even me saying, well, yeah, you should just probably leave. I'm not saying that you didn't know you had the option to leave, but it's kind of like, well, yeah, we could leave. But niggas ain't gonna do that. It's like, well, yeah, that's because but that's the reason is that we're not encouraged to leave. We're encouraged to stand in it.
Because, like you said, it's not advantageous for us to leave.
It's not advantageous for us to leave, and it's also more attached to our manhood than their womanhood to actually stay. Again, you're not less than a woman if you just say, all right, bump that. But dudes leave,
you less than a man.
Because the idea is that you're leaving your family.
Yeah.
Because they're not saying, nobody ever says that a woman is leaving her family when she files for a divorce.
Because she's gonna get the children in the house in the car.
Exactly. But the thing is that if you file for a divorce, you're not leaving your family, you leaving her. You still love your kids, but you left your
Why I'm just saying. I love the kids, man, but you know.
Like that?
Okay. I love my. Wait a minute.
Hey, could you please?
I love my kids. I love my kids.
I hate to go down that logic train. You know what I'm saying? That line of logic to get there, but it's you do understand all the pieces around what I'm saying to get to the point where I'm just like, hey, we're not encouraged to leave when our woman is being a way. I'm not saying all of them, but shoot, look, we've never done an episode, and we need to do more. We've never done an episode that had a dude come up to us and say, hey man, that ain't true. That's some bullshit, Vince. Tell your brother Michael, man, he don't need to do that no more.
Somebody, it was one guy. It was one guy.
Did you punch him?
He didn't agree with you. No, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And plus, I don't need a record for punching a guy that doesn't agree with you. That's not that advantageous for my life.
All 99, all other 99%.
All 99%, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that either what I'm saying is commonplace enough for random dudes that I don't know that you know, but and dudes who say something to me, they say the very same thing. I haven't had the one dude I don't have.
I got it.
Yeah, you got the one dude. But either what I'm saying is more commonplace than not, or like I'm just lying. And you know, our interactions with other people who actually hear this is kind of consistent that I'm probably not lying. And I'm not saying this is all women or anything. I'm just saying the ones that act that way, please, bruh, you got to leave. You leaving makes it better for me.
Explain.
The reason is that if a standard is set by everybody,
then
it makes it to where that's the standard. If enough men leave this woman for being, you know, an asshole,
she'll stop being an asshole.
She will not. She will continue to be an asshole, but she'll be alone.
Oh, she's not gonna change.
She's not. I don't expect women. I don't leave women so they change. I leave women so I don't have to deal with them. You know, because if you take them back, then what they gonna do?
Do the same thing. Don't nudge me to say what you want me to say. I didn't want to say that until you nudged me. Don't nudge me. I did not want to say that. Don't you peer pressured me like you was going. Yeah, you don't. I can't do nothing but say. Once I say, oh, don't. If I say, hey, you see that girl right there? She looking good. You go. I already gave you the answer. You can't do that, man.
Nah, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
Hey, that's my fault.
So, see how I do? See how I say my part? I set you up. I set you up.
Yeah, don't do that. Now ask the question again and let me answer it on my own reins. Ask the question.
If a woman is lying or, you know, being abusive, you know, verbally or whatever, and you leave her only to take her back, what is she gonna do?
she's gonna continue the same behavior, Michael Perkins.
Exactly. And that's the point of it. The point of it is you don't leave them so that they act right. You leave them so you have to deal with them no more. Don't use it as a tactic. Use it as an ethic. You believe that your time, your presence, you know, you are not dealing with it. You believe that you shouldn't have to deal with that, and so that you leave them in order to not have to deal with that because you don't want to deal with it. Hey man, you being too much. Like we'll just whatever, you know.
West side,
peace out. You know what I mean? That's what that's about. And look, I say it again. Enough men don't understand. They understand it logically as an like you said, Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey just said, hey, get out of debt, save 20% of your earnings, own your house, invest, and you know, have some life insurance. And we got this life insurance people. Like he didn't say nothing that was far beyond your comprehension, did he?
He did not.
So, right. And you may have been on some level knew that was an option, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, get out of debt, but you know, whatever. But when he said get out of debt and he put it all together and he was like, hey man, we should probably get out of debt. It's like, hey man, we should probably get out of debt.
And once he laid it out, and then what's gonna happen and how it happened and how I look on the other side of things.
But that's what I'm saying.
And then having people on the other side of things tell you how they feeling and how they looking, it does make sense.
And that's what I'm talking about with black male advocacy. When I'm talking about black male advocacy, which is what most of these platforms are about, you're talking about dudes who get to the other side and they tell you what they did. Like a Dave Ramsey is saying, you know, I'm advocating for people to get out of debt. These are the steps you take. These are the things you do. They're simple, the 7 baby steps. And then you get to the other side and this is what it is. This person did it. They're debt free. They're screaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if you're in a relationship, especially if you're in a relationship and there's no babies and there's no marriage, dude, it's okay for you to bounce. It is. It's very okay for you to bounce. For the women who exhibit that behavior, just bounce. What's the plan?
Hey man, so getting to the topic that you put up.
Yeah.
What exactly did this lady say again?
instead of men forming podcasts, why don't they just go to therapy?
Why when you do the voice, you always do it, kind of like, I guess that's how she said it.
Instead of men making podcasts, why don't they just go to therapy?
What does that mean? Well, okay. Instead of so basically, and you could correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This person, which I don't even know who it is, this person is saying that
she asked the question. Why do men start podcasts instead of going to therapy? Like, okay, so you're starting a podcast while you should not start a podcast.
Instead,
or do have a podcast and go to therapy, but you should be going to therapy.
Meaning that she feel like this is used therapeutically.
Yeah, this is used as
as a substitution.
As a substitution for therapy.
So and getting out how you feel is the therapy, and it's used, in place of
there. This is used in place of therapy.
But obviously she's saying that because the feelings that are expressed on the podcast that she's talking about are feelings towards women in relationships.
Yeah, I think what happens, and maybe you don't, what I'm saying, like a lot of times when I deep dive with you, I mean, not to say you don't understand it, you probably just don't fucking care. But
me?
Yeah. But
go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's true. As far as media goes, there's been one-way media. We don't really have platforms. I've asked this question time and time again. How many platforms did men have prior to 2020? Most women they can't name one. I can't either, but most of them can't name one. Reason you can't name one is because there probably weren't one. And even if there was one, it was one. If I ask the same question about Black women's media, there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? How many movies were made for y'all? Well, that's a lot. How many books were made for y'all? Well, that's a lot. How many magazines? How many platforms? How many talk shows that allowed you to be on there? How many of all of these things actually existed for women to express themselves with regards to not only men, but the struggles they went through just in the world? A lot. A whole lot. For the last 50 years, they've had a run that has been nonstop.
Name some of the movies.
Yeah. Color Purple, How Stella Got a Groove
Wait
Back.
a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
What happened in Color Purple? I haven't seen Color Purple.
You haven't seen Color Purple?
No, I haven't seen Color Purple.
Okay. So
I'm saying, what happened where the women movement was like pushed? I haven't seen Color Purple.
I mean, I don't.
The first movie that popped into my head was Waiting to Exhale.
You
said Color Purple.
Okay.
I haven't seen Color Purple. But let me, but give me, baby. Let me know what's going on.
Oh, what up, though, Bernard? Bernard's in the building. Good fella, Bernard.
Color Purple. What happened in Color Purple?
Man,
I thought when I hear Color Purple, I just thought Oprah was getting beat or something.
Okay, yes. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That's all. I ain't seen them. I ain't seen it.
That. Okay. Color Purple, Waiting to Exhale.
So that's the part where women. Okay. Waiting to Exhale. Still got a groove.
It's telling women's story in a light that makes us look bad. Okay. Okay.
I get you.
Okay. So
Oprah getting her ass whooped is making us look bad, especially when it's us doing it.
Right.
Okay. You got to get me there, my man. I just know Oprah. I didn't know.
Okay, so
who was whooping her? Danny Glover? Was that Danny Glover?
Okay, not Danny Really? Some other guy who was her husband.
Danny Glover saved her. Okay, I ain't seen the movie, so let's not go down there. So finish with you.
Not seeing the movie is really
okay. Go ahead.
All right. So The Color Purple is required viewing. Yes, it is. It's required viewing of Black.
My man. So name some books.
Books. Any Terry McMillan, I'll name authors: Terry McMillan, Alice Walker, Zora Neale Hurston.
Okay, name some social media outlets. Some media outlets that cater to women.
Media outlets. Well, all the talk shows, every last talk show.
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake,
Donnie Hughes,
Oprah, Sally Jesse Raphael,
Oprah again.
Oprah again. Oprah is on a roll.
Yeah, Oprah again. Okay.
Oprah, you know, you got the newer ones, Cocktails with the Queens. Let's see, The Real, The Talk.
Oh shoot,
Yeah,
this
like-
is recent. Yeah.
All of this stuff, like it's been that way. Like all the talk shows, even Maury Povich. Like, remember on Maury Povich how that a woman can be on there 2 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't know the father of a baby, and then she come back a 3rd time, and then when the dude comes out, who do they boo? They boo the dude.
Yeah, they boo the dude.
They boo the dude.
So let's go back. This is where I like to be at. So on Maury Povich, because that's wrong. A girl will go and test one baby daddy, and he'd be like, he is not the father. She go run down the street. And then she come another one, you are not the father. She go on again, run a marathon. And then the 3rd time, when she finally finds the guy that she slept with in that little period of time, because in that month she slept with 3 guys unprotected. When she finally finds the guy, once they say you are, they boo the guy.
They boo the guy. They boo the guy when he comes out.
Oh, they don't even know what's going on yet.
They just boo the guy because he's saying the same thing to all the guys.
I'm supposed to know his mind. It could have been them. I'm telling you. I told you she obviously she fucking. So why y'all mad at me? And I don't know.
Straight.
I don't know if this girl is like and they boo her. They boo him immediately when he come out to Maury Povich. They boo him.
They boo him.
Boo your ass.
Boo your ass. Yes.
That's wow.
Yes.
I never thought about that.
Yes, and
I never thought about that.
And even when
that's crazy.
Even when and again, this is I don't think all women are like this, but the fact that exists. And look, I'm gonna stop saying that disclaimer. You know, I don't mean all. Fuck what I said. You know, I don't mean all. But the idea that even when a woman is that level wrong, she still has the guy still gets booed. Is crazy, but that's how how long and how deep the run has been for media for Black women. It's just been one way.
When they play that media before the guy come out, and he be like, you know, I slept with her once, and look at in this, and she never brought him around. He's light skinned. Like when they play that probably make it when he come out.
But okay.
But even though he like, look, man, I'm telling you what happened. Like I was on the football team. It's 56 people on the football team. It's 56 people on the football team. I was on the football team, and I'm trying to tell you that after the game, Maury, after the game, we all did the same thing. Now, I'm just saying. Is this a chance in his mind? There's more of a chance. I'm telling you, this guy on our team number 77, this guy did his thing. I'm just saying, but I understand what you're saying.
So Black women in media being able to express their grievances with regards to their men, saying that their men were broke, jailbirds, bad fathers, down low, into white women, uneducated, so on and so forth. Them being able to do that it didn't have a rebuttal because we weren't really in media. Like again, you can't name even Montel Williams, who is a Black man.
He is a Black man.
His platform wasn't for us. Steve Harvey show, it's not for us. None of that stuff is for us. Even Dr. Phil, who's a man, he's not a Black man, but he's a man. That shit
Dr. Phil be bugging.
But
I've seen a couple Dr. Phil shows. He's
not.
bugging.
But his show is not for us.
It's not.
None of these aforementioned shows, none of these movies. There's not been one movie about. Well, there has been one, but not enough movies about what men deal with in family court. There hasn't been enough movies. There's been one.
What's the one? Let me know.
I think like Daddy's Little Girl or something like that. Like
with
Idris.
Idris, yeah.
He
got this new movie out where he fighting lions and stuff, and I saw that on Channel 2 where he was saying that that's the movie that kind of catapulted him. He was hoping that movie would push him into kind of star status, but that was about that. I hadn't seen that neither.
Well, that's just when I really haven't seen it, but okay. I know what it's about. I've kind of seen pieces of it, but one
one movie. You know what I'm saying? In 50 years. Okay.
You tapped me, but go ahead.
So what I'm saying is that if a lot of these narratives, of which enough of these narratives were either exaggerated or completely false, if those narratives have not been true or totally exaggerated for 50 years, I would agree that the men who were subject to said narrative would certainly need therapy. But why would we need therapy? Why would we need therapy? Would we need therapy because we've been lied on and over exaggerated about how bad we are for 50 years? I mean, like, if somebody lied on you for 3 years, would you be mad?
Yes.
If somebody close to you was lying on you for a year, would you be mad?
You could take it all over. You could take it down lower than that.
A day.
Yeah, I would be pretty upset.
Hold on, 50 years. And look, we can timeline it far back as you want.
You said lied on for 50 years, but like some of the stuff that's being said has some truth to it.
I give you that.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you that. And that's what I said. Some of the stuff was true, but to the extent that some of it was being said, like, for example, I Can't Get a Man. There was a Rolanda show that was going around. And this show,
Rolanda Walker.
Rolanda.
Oh no, not Walker.
Not Walker,
I know the girl with the blind short haircut.
You got it. You got it. But there was a show that was going around, and it created a discussion around the idea of being down low, because she said, this woman who was sitting in a chair getting interviewed was saying that the reason that she can't find a man on her level, which again is not new talk. That's 1980 talk, 1980, 1990 talk. She can't find a man on her level because the men are uneducated, they're deadbeat dads, they're in prison, they're into white women, or they're down low.
I don't know about that one.
But
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Right. There's no time in history where the prison population for black men, well, the number of black men that have been in prison has been over 12%. It's never been over 12%. So the idea that, well,
she can't find one because they all in jail.
Exactly. So again, to the extent that she's saying it, it's an over exaggeration.
Yeah,
you're right.
But you put all of them percentages together, you get a big percentage. You get 12% of them in jail. You get deadbeats, which I guess the 12% that's in jail, they would fall in the category.
You gotta understand, and you also gotta understand. And I did a video on how many black men actually have kids.
I know. What I'm saying is that, so if she's saying that, you name off your 5 again. In jail, like white women.
Black men choose black women to the tune of 87%.
I know, so that leaves 13%.
13%, but you're not. But
what I'm saying is that if you put all those together, do you get a higher percentage? That's what I'm trying to say.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay, that's all I'm saying. So the same guys that's in jail are uneducated and deadbeats and like white women, and they down low because they in jail. It's the same 12%.
One, that's not how percentages work.
I'm trying to educate me then, brother.
Percentages don't work that way.
You don't add them together and then come up with a higher percentage.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I feel you. All right, man. What you want me to do? You want me to tell you that I'm something that I'm not? I'm not a mathematician.
Making me look like an asshole.
I'm not making you look like an asshole. I'm saying that if all those things.
Put that comment up there because that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
Most of those percentages overlap.
That's what I just said.
Right.
I just said that. I said you in jail. Yeah, you uneducated. You a deadbeat dad. You like white women, and you like white women. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm with you. I'm actually saying what he's saying, and you telling me I was wrong. I said that.
I didn't tell you that you was wrong.
I said that they all are they the same people. You didn't say that. That's not what you said. That's not what you said. I said they was all the same people. I said if you in jail, you're deadbeat. If you in jail, you're probably uneducated.
I agree.
If you in jail, you probably like white women. Okay, but continue. I'm just saying. Okay.
So when you have media running like that, that is explaining black women's grievances at the expense of black men who are mostly not participating in this behavior,
Mm-hmm.
then when it's your turn to speak and you say, well, that some of that stuff is not true,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're just making bad decisions and it's not our fault. Because most of it is
so you
most of
choosing the deadbeat, the jailbird,
which
white women lover,
which speaks to this, like again, I did a video and I'll probably put it in the link since I'm mentioning it, put it in the description since I'm mentioning it. I did a video on how many black men actually have kids.
No, that was one of your things, though.
Yeah, the number in one of my things. The number ended up being 44%.
Okay.
1/3 of that has 2 or more baby mamas.
So out of 44%, 1/3 of those people got 2 baby mamas,
which is like 14%, 2
Okay.
or more.
All right, you starting
14% of the men are responsible for the majority of the kids. But if you let,
I'm back.
But if you let the 50 years of a narrative inform what your conclusion is, we all impregnating women. When it's actually only the 14% that are responsible for the majority of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some other numbers that go along with that, but let's just stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
That most of us are not impregnating a lot of women. If so, we wouldn't only be 13 to 14% of the nation. We'd be a lot more if you were impregnating 3 women and I was doing that and everybody else was doing it.
I need to get my numbers up. I need to get my numbers up because if I got a white woman pregnant, the baby is black. Okay, go ahead. I was hypothetically speaking. Go ahead.
Hypothetically speaking.
I was hypothetically speaking because you was just saying.
So, for example, that narrative of black men are just deadbeat dads, of which every study that you look at suggests that black men are among the best fathers, if not the best.
I agree with that. Give it up for our black fathers. Every black guy that I know is really in his child's life and really doing a good job. And I want to commend you in front of them because I commend you in the back and the front. I want to pause. I want to commend you that you are doing an excellent job of raising your children and you're doing what you can do. So one more time, give it up.
Yeah, and man, and the same for you, because you and Robert. Like, I don't say it enough. Like, I got the best brothers in the world.
You don't make me cry up here, nigga.
Nah.
Make me cry about that for me. I have to fuck you up. You make me cry. Okay, all right.
I got the best brothers in the world. Okay. I know we talk and we joke about Robert when we're on here usually, but like, I look up to him. He's kind of a great guy. So like, and just the way that you all, both of you, are with your kids too, man. Like, I really be trying to not like keep up with y'all, like, you know, like it's a competition. But it's a competition where the kids win. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And all the kids like love each other.
They do.
Very much so. And that's cool too. So like, you know, like that goes without saying, you know what I mean? Because I know I joke and kid on here, but like, you know, and then we joking on Robert a lot, or not a lot, but you know, you call them Kales.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
But you know what I'm saying? Y'all both do a really good job. You know what I'm saying? And
enough.
That goes without saying.
Right,
but
that's enough.
So, but all the studies suggest that black men are tops when it comes to being involved with our kids, reading with our kids, being in extracurricular activities, so on and so forth. It's like all of that. If your last 50 years has informed what you think of black fathers, well, it would be that. But if new information is informing, then it makes the people who were lying for 50 years look pretty bad. Going back to the example of if somebody was lying on you. If somebody was lying on you to make themselves look good, and then you finally decided to tell the truth, wouldn't it make that person look bad?
Extremely.
That's all this is.
That's why we need to go to therapy. It's shut up, please.
It's shut up, please. Because if 50 years of lying, you know what I'm saying, and over exaggerating. Again, I'm not saying that deadbeat dads don't exist. I'm saying they actually do exist, but to the extent that they were saying it, that was not true. That lady who sparked a whole other conversation, you know what I'm saying, about men being down low. Like, dude, most dudes ain't down low. That's just not true. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't know.
But common sense.
Comments. You don't go to the LA Fitness in Royal Oak.
Hey man,
you don't
just
go
said,
up there.
Hold
man.
on, you just indicted some specific people.
You don't go
Hey man,
up there,
look,
man.
hey man, hey, them dudes, hey man, them dudes lift weights.
I'm not go up there, man. It's getting out of control.
I don't go to that gym.
It's getting out of. I could bring guests. I'm gonna bring you. It's getting out of control.
Hey man, I gotta get up there with y'all anyway, because like I'm
getting out of control.
I'm topped out.
So I'm just trying to tell you, when you say, "Oh, it ain't a lot of download," it's crazy.
Well, they probably not download. They probably just out.
They are. There's no guessing. So
I'm
no
saying,
guessing
like,
with these guys.
like, you know what I'm saying?
No guessing. Touche.
Right.
Definitely no guessing with these guys.
Right.
When you go in the locker room, let me tell you. Can I tell you what I do? I'm gonna tell you the rules.
All right, go on.
Just a quick rule, because some people might need to know it. First rule is don't lock up. Don't make no eye contact.
At Royal Oak specifically.
Don't make eye contact, man. Don't make eye contact. The second rule is that if somebody is naked for more than 5 seconds, just leave. Just leave out the locker room. Take your stuff, get dressed in the car, cool off in the car, because there's no reason to be naked for that long in the locker room. You put a towel on, you take off your wet underwear, you put on the dry ones. That's it. So just those two rules keep you from, I don't want to say, it'll keep you safe. Go ahead and say what you were saying, because I like to give the people something. I like to give them something.
All right. Just keep it in with your part of understanding that if somebody was lying on you for 2 years, and it was, of course, at your expense,
correct,
but to make them look good or to absolve them of a responsibility, and then you finally told the truth, it would make them look bad. Not because you were trying to make them look bad, but because you just told the truth. So if I can ultimately prove statistically, factually, that most men don't have kids, then it kind of changes the narrative on all of these kids out of wedlock, because it's like, ho. If all of these kids are coming out of wedlock and most black men don't have kids, then one can only surmise that y'all are sharing dudes. And if only 1/3 of the dudes who actually have kids have 2 or more baby mamas, then y'all are sharing even less dudes. That makes you look bad. But then when we see a guy like Damon George, who had 34 kids at 33, between I think like 13, 14 women, it's just like, oh, that's a practical application of what we're talking about. When you see Future, when you see Nick Cannon, when you see Gary Payton. Gary Payton had 2 kids, same year. They're both named Gary Payton. One won a championship. Gary Payton second. The other one is Gary Jr., and we don't know.
Oh,
him.
so one is called Junior, one is called the second?
Yes, and the one that's the second is in the NBA, and he played for the
I know the one that's the second.
We all know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like when and his running mate for I think like 10 years of his career, Sean Kemp, 10 babies, 9 baby mamas or something like that.
Baby Wilder.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. That only speaks to the truth of sharing men. Now, if I have to tell that truth as a means to say, hey, we all are kind of not participating in this nonsense, matter of factly, most of us don't even have kids, and most of us who do have kids only got 1 baby mama, then that kind of makes the opposition or the people who were lying look bad. Okay. And the only reason that they're saying you need therapy, of which I would agree, we do need therapy. But why would we need therapy? We would need therapy because we've been lied on for 50 years. They're like that's like, you're saying it like we would need. And then this is my question. This is my question.
Go with your question.
So Dwight Howard as well. That's correct. Okay. So this is my question.
Okay.
Mary J. Blige has made music since 92, 30 years.
Real love.
She's had 2 notable relationships that we know about. Casey and the guy she just got a divorce from.
Casey
from Jodeci.
I thought it was, it is Casey.
Right.
Yep.
Casey and the dude she just got divorced from. 2 notable relationships. There's
been rumors about her being with other dudes, but let's just say those two.
Okay.
30 years of sad ass music. Do you think she sold like 50 million records? Do you think one person in any of that has said, "Baby Mary, you should go to therapy"?
That's a good point. I think that people have said that, but that's a good point. It hasn't been said on a scale like
the girl who the thumbnail.
Yeah.
She didn't say that shit.
You're right.
Keisha Cole been making music for 20 years, since around 90, maybe like 98. No. When Kanye came out. As soon as Kanye came out. So like 20 years. So she's had 2 or 3 notable relationships.
Booby.
I
know Booby.
Birdman.
I didn't know Birdman.
Well, Birdman. And then and she was fighting the girl over Birdman. And then the last relationship that she was in was was AB. She was kicking it with AB.
A-D?
B.
Tony O'Brien.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know this.
Right. She got a tattoo on her butt that says AB. And
Does she now?
Yes. And she was twerking.
It's on her butt or it's on her the back of her?
On the back of her. On the back.
So it's on her lower back.
Let's just say on the back of her.
Okay. I want to know more information, but I'll let you live. Go ahead.
And she goes and twerks, and he puts it on the internet and says, some very foul stuff.
So she twerked with his initials on her butt, and then he put it on the internet.
Yes.
And then he said, "Look at this." Said some foul stuff.
Some foul stuff. Let's just go foul stuff.
Okay, I don't know the story.
Nobody has ever told her, you should probably pick better men, and you should probably go to therapy. Nobody has that opinion. I didn't see anybody tweet she should probably go to therapy, and then that shit go viral. Or else I would have probably got it to my phone or something, right? Nobody has made that assessment of Keisha Cole. Summer Walker got pregnant twice. This is her second time getting pregnant. She finally came to the conclusion that maybe I should vet the dudes who impregnate me outwardly. Like, she outwardly came to that conclusion.
That's a good conclusion.
That's a really good conclusion. And if you've heard her music, it's pretty sad. Nobody's ever said, maybe you should go to therapy. Nobody's ever said that. Nobody's ever told Oprah she should go to therapy.
Oprah got us. I read a book. Oprah. I couldn't even finish the freaking book. I couldn't finish the intro because it was traumatic, the stuff that happened to Oprah.
I know.
I couldn't. Got to.
But as long as she continues to have platforms where she can push certain narratives about Black men and interview, like the idea that R. Kelly needs an interview from Gayle King, it's just ridiculous to me.
I don't understand. Tell me what you're talking about.
The nigga did it.
Oh, so why are we interviewing him? Or you think that they're interviewing him to try to, put him on front and put all Black guys on
Michael
front?
Jackson was dead for probably like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They did a whole documentary on him. 2 people said that he did some things to them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been dead. These people finally come back around and say these things about Michael Jackson, and it's a 2-part documentary on HBO.
R. Kelly had like it was like a seven series, seven show special about surviving R. Kelly. Like they were saying it, and they had survived him, meaning that some wild stuff went on in that house. And these ladies survived R. Kelly.
I get it. It was wild.
Yeah, he wanted his pancakes with crispy. That's what stuck out to me. He liked his pancakes with crispy edges. The reason I identify with that is
my God, nigga, would you stop?
What? Because that's how I like my pancakes. I was like, dang, me and R. Kelly, like we like our pancakes with the crispy edges.
The views and opinions.
No, that's how I like my pancakes. That's not a bad thing. What I was saying is that I identify with them. Other than that, it stopped. I don't pee. Well, go ahead.
The views and opinions.
Go ahead. And
I can't say the views and opinions?
No, you can't, because all I said is that I like my pancakes with crispy edges like R. Kelly.
What I'm saying is that all of the women who have ever done media for these 50 years, the Rolandas,
Cocktails with the Queens, you know what I'm saying, Vivica Fox and Lisa Ray and Claudia Jordan, so on and so forth. Nobody has ever told these women that maybe you should go to therapy. They have been, rude to the best of men. Ice Cube went on Cocktails with the Queens. He came there with a contract for Black America. You know what they said? They said, where's the part about Black women? Black women need special things. And his answer was like, my answer would be, I thought Black women were Black people.
Hey, that's everybody's answer. Like I thought I was about to say that too. Like, don't that include them in this contract with Black? I thought I was talking about them also.
And they lambasted this man who gave
lambasted.
They were very bad to him.
Okay, lambasted. I'm putting stuff in my vocabulary.
Right. They were very bad to this man for probably about an hour and some change.
Okay.
And one of them owes their career to him in Lisa Ray. She's Diamond.
Oh, yeah, she is Diamond. Lisa Ray is Diamond.
Nobody has ever told her that she needs therapy. For 50 years, all the women who have participated in this narrative about us, and nobody's ever told these women to go to therapy. 2 years of content. One major player of which he doesn't represent everybody's views and opinions, but one Kevin Samuel, who asked women 3 questions. What kind of a relationship do you want? What kind of man do you want? And what does that man want from a woman? They lost their fucking mind. Now every dude who makes a podcast needs therapy. But I would ask, why do we need therapy? We choose the same women 85, 87% of the time. 80% of the divorces are filed by them, not us. 90% of the custody hearings go in their favor. 97% of the resource splits go in their favor. Why would we need therapy with all of that good stuff that's happening to us? I mean, we should be happy. We should be ecstatic, nigga. We should be fucking ecstatic. I mean, really, we should be ecstatic.
Why would we be sarcastic?
I'm being sarcastic.
Okay. That sounded
we should be ecstatic at all of the wonderful things that have been happening for us over the last 50 years. Niggas losing their kids, niggas losing their money, losing their wife. Hey, dude, 30% of paternity tests. And what I want you to do is go look up paternity tests.
Okay.
Negative paternity tests. Do that for me.
Negative paternity test.
Yes, I appreciate that.
You have requests now. This is crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Negative paternity test.
All right.
I don't want to be an asshole here.
Negative paternity test percentages.
Oh yeah. That's cool. That one. Yes.
One? Okay.
All right.
Which one you want me to go to?
Go to this one right here from DNA
right
testing.
Here? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Let's let the people see what we're seeing. How about that? Okay.
All right.
Well, where you want me to go?
Okay. That's cool. 30%. You can scroll down so that they can see. Okay. All right. It's not paternity test as in 30% of the kids are walking around and don't know their daddy. It's 30% of the tests that are taken are negative, right?
Okay.
That's what it means. It's 30% of the tests that are taken are negative, okay? A few things. We have hot girl summer. We have hoe phases. We have stripper culture. We have hoe culture. We have hotels. Jasmine Sullivan. Hold on. Hotels. Hotels is an album.
Okay.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Like, you've been to a hotel.
We have. If a man can do it, then why can't I?
Mm-hmm.
We have Maury Povich that ran for 30 years, and the premise was you are not the father. That was the baseline. Like that was the bar. The bar was you are not the father.
It was a little more you are not the father than you are the father.
Nigga, that was the show. The show was the you are not the father.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I would have to agree.
Right. Agree. So we go through all of that. And also, too, I want to throw this in here. There is no such thing. There is no penalty for paternity fraud. Did you know that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, and it's no penalty if you say, this guy swung on me and he didn't do it.
Do you know what paternity fraud is?
I don't know.
Okay. So this is paternity fraud. It's when a woman knowingly names you as the father.
Oh, on the birth certificate?
On the birth certificate, and you're not.
That's paternity fraud?
That's paternity fraud.
I didn't know that.
Knowing that knowing that there's a possibility.
That should be against the law.
There is no penalty on the books.
That's crazy.
It's mad crazy. And
because once you own that birth certificate, you screwed. You federally fuck 1, 2, 3, 4.
And the threshold to even call it paternity fraud is that you have a DNA test. So you got to have a DNA test to even call it paternity fraud. So if the kid,
so they know that it ain't the dad.
Even if you prove it, the state recognizes you as the dad. There is no penalty on the book. You got to pay. There is no penalty on the books. Hey, what's up? What's up, B9? What's up, not B9? I was on the show with B9. What's that? With E Black and B9. B9, cool dude. I'll probably put his link in the description to follow him. Yes, good guy. Good guy. Well, I was going on a tangent. So no penalty on the books. 30% of paternity tests are negative. Maury Povich for 30 years. Hot girl summer, whole phases, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
Do you think if we mandated paternity tests, where do you think that number goes? Do you think that number goes up or it goes down?
Mandated meaning that to make it
mandatory.
Mandatory for
today. And what we're going to do is we're going to mandate them today and let you go back at least 10 years. So if you got a 10-year-old son or daughter, they can get tested too. Where do you think that number goes? Do you think it goes up from 30%, down from 30%, or stays at 30%?
You lost me a little bit there. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Okay.
The number is at 30% right now.
Correct.
Of all
30% of what?
30% of the paternity tests that are taken are negative. Just of the ones that are
30%.
taken.
Oh, it number goes up. Number goes up. Hold
on. So you mean to tell me that you think that more than 30% of the kids that we're claiming is ours are not actually ours?
I better not be in that percentage.
Hold on.
Don't tap me.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Why would we need therapy? Why would we need therapy?
If I'm in that percentage, I need therapy. I'm gonna need therapy.
I'm gonna need therapy. But why would we need therapy? Isn't it a good thing that a kid is not your? Isn't it a good thing to find out that a kid is not yours that you've been taking care of for 10 years?
That's not good.
Why would we need therapy, young ladies? Why? Wild. What lady who had that tweet? Why would we need therapy with all this good stuff that I just mentioned that's been going on for 50 years? No rebuttal. Why would we need therapy? We shouldn't need therapy because of that. It wouldn't be that, would it be?
Hey man, let me tell you this. If I'm part of that percentage, therapy is not the only thing I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need bail money. I'm gonna need a lawyer, and I'm gonna probably need to not be in the percentage. So you remember they said the jail. I'm gonna be jail, white woman. I'm gonna be down low. I'm gonna be in jail. I don't know if it's called down low if you in jail.
My point is that when women say that men, instead of doing podcasts, should go to therapy, my only rebuttal or comment to that is that we have 50 years of being told we ain't shit. And we really haven't said anything.
But my question is this.
Okay.
I don't feel that 50 years. Okay. And this is what I'm saying. Like, let me just be honest with you. Like, I don't feel the 50 years of not. I don't feel any of it because I don't think any of it pertains to me.
I don't either.
So I don't feel it, and I don't feel any of these 50 years of all this stuff and the Donahue show and the Maury Povich show and the Oprah show. I think it's good entertainment for the people that like it. I don't really get into it, but I don't think it. I don't. It doesn't affect me.
Wonderful.
I'm just saying
this is where we agree. I didn't feel it. You know when I felt it?
When did you feel it, Michael?
When I felt it was when I went to
Royal Oak now. Go finish. Finish what you were saying. Finish.
I felt it when I went to family court.
Okay, what does just expound on that?
I felt it when I went in there with a suit as a guy who works for a financial institution. I don't even have tickets. I don't even have tickets. I have nothing on my record. Saying my hair was shorter, of course. You know, saying I didn't have a beard. I had a goatee. And I went in there. I spoke for 20 seconds. I said, "Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I'm just here really to get a divorce. And we've already made arrangements with the kids. And I don't want to take anything from her. Obviously, I don't want her to take anything away from me. Haha. I actually did that.
What's the haha?
Like as a joke. I don't want her to take anything away from me. Haha. And
they looked at you told a joke.
I told a joke in the fucking court. I'm a dumbass.
Wild, son.
I'm wild.
And it's still probably better than what I did in court.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, and I don't want you to have to go and talk about yours, but I'm pretty sure you felt it in court because you don't feel it every day of your life.
You right.
You feel it when it counts. And it's just like, hold up. I'm not none of this shit. But yes, you are. I don't feel like I'd never been put over by a cop until I was. And then I felt it.
You felt the whole 100 years.
I felt the whole thing.
You're right.
So I get what you're saying.
You're absolutely
you don't need
right.
to feel it every day. You get moments where you feel it.
You're right.
And that's the part that I'm talking about. So that I can go through it. And this is the insidious thing. This is the disgusting thing. We are grown enough to be able to go through it. Imagine if your son got to go through that.
That's tough.
Because that's the part that nobody gives a fuck about. I mean, I give a fuck about it because I got kids and I got sons. You get, we got sons.
You're right.
But the thing that they can't deal with it the way, if I would look, man, I told you about when I got pulled over and what happened. If Michael would have had to go through that, I don't know if I could have dealt with that.
You're absolutely right.
So these narratives, although you don't feel them every day, you feel them in moments where you shouldn't. You should be treated fair when you go in family court. But you're not. You go in there as a husband with a suit on, with no criminal. You should be okay. You should be able to say, look, we got the kids. We were married. Obviously, I was at least there. I don't care if you think I wasn't paying no bills or whatever. I was paying all the bills. But let's say you don't think I was there and I was a serviceable dad. Let me continue to do my job. No, sir. Turn around and bend over. That's what they told me in so many words.
You back at Royal Oak.
They tried to Royal Oak me. They tried to Royal Oak.
Royal Oak. You in the locker room right now. Go ahead though.
And the problem with that is that when people say you don't feel that every day, it's just like it doesn't matter that we don't feel it every day. It's the moments that count. Because when you in that courtroom, I mean, it kind of counts.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you bringing me where I needed to be. Because that is right. I don't feel it every day, but I did feel it there also. So I appreciate you bringing me to where it makes sense. Thank you for that, Michael Perkins. I appreciate that.
And then my question again is, with all of that wonderful stuff that happened to me in family court, why would I need therapy?
So you're saying it doesn't have anything. So I feel like this. Obviously, it was said the statement was made to take a shot.
Of course, it was a shot.
Because obviously, we're not supposed to be smart enough to know when shots are taken.
Wow.
But
we're also uneducated. By the way, keep going.
So, but the realness of it is that I feel like going through something traumatic, you do need therapy after going through something traumatic, and I feel like that I don't think that Black men or men in general are substituting this type of platform for therapy. I just feel like it's something to get your voice, your narrative, what you feel, who you are, and not to be grouped with the other BS that doesn't even exist on the levels of they're saying that it exists. That is just it's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's just cracking open a Coca-Cola and it's that. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you go to therapy.
Yeah.
It's in addition to. It's not like oh, I'm gonna be messed up in the head and start a podcast.
Yeah, and then part of it also too is that there's a difference between advocacy and therapy. Advocacy is this is Jackie Jack.
Okay.
Advocacy is when a group, in this case, men can commune and sort of express themselves, and then at a time when you may have felt you were crazy, because again, going to therapy is wonderful, but it's just you and the therapist. But if you know you're not crazy as well, then it kind of becomes this thing where you feel a lot more comfortable in your skin, because the thing you may be going through, which always is refreshing when you tell me the stories that you tell me, and then I also, am able to get the stories from other guys when they tell me their stories, and we all know that we're not crazy.
That is refreshing.
Yeah, it's like, well, damn, I'm not out of my flipping mind, to where it's just this thing. Whereas, I'm not, like, oh, you ain't going through that for real. Y'all just be making it, like, we're not making it up, and we choose y'all at 89, 87%. So it's like, what are we talking about? But welcome, Jackie Jack in the building.
I don't know how this happened, but Jackie Jack is here currently.
Hey guys.
How's it going? I don't know, what do you have to add to the conversation? I think Michael knows you.
Yes.
And I haven't, so let's do a formal thing, because I don't know you. I'm Vince.
Hi Vince.
And you are
Jackie.
So what do you have to add to the conversation? I'm interested to hear.
Oh, well, Mike sent me the link because I told him I was going to do my show about this topic on Sunday. Yeah. And the angle I was going to go at it was similar to this one, but also, I don't know if Mike saw the black feminist therapist who was going off on, I think it was TikTok, about how she hates black men and all this stuff. And all her patients used to be black men. Like she said, 90% of them were black men, but she was coming out saying she hates them. So the angle I was going to kind of go at is that like 75% of therapists are women. So what, if you're sending all these men to therapy, what are you teaching them? You just take it?
That is a good way to think. That's a good way to, that's good. That's good. So how many percent is women?
She said
75%. Yeah, 75%.
That's tough.
Wow.
And obviously, I don't know. It seems like this, Jackie. It would seem as if you need to be a therapist above being a woman, but I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
I don't believe it either.
I believe that you're going to be a woman first and then be a therapist. I believe that you're going to be like, you got to take the woman's, you got to be that. I don't know. I might have to be black before I have to be some other stuff some of the time.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I might have to be black first. But, you know what I'm saying? I think that out of the 75% of them that are women, I feel like, I'm just throwing this out. I think like 7% of them are going to choose women first over therapists. Yeah. What you doing? You on the back roll or something, Jackie? What's going on over there?
I'm walking in my neighborhood. Usually there's no cars, but as soon as I got on here, it's a bunch of cars.
I heard it's a cricket. It's a cricket there too. What did you?
Yes.
What did you mean by was I red pilling tonight? I'm sorry. I'm not as hip as everybody else. I don't know what that meant. I didn't want to touch it because I didn't know if it was going to take me to Royal Oak. Or where was I going with that?
red pill is it's a Matrix reference.
Okay, so am I red pilling tonight, meaning that
are you taking a red pill or are you being like when you take the red pill in the Matrix is, you know what I'm saying? Like
you choose to
you choose to know all of the truth.
Oh, that's when he came out, is when he took the red pill.
Yeah. So that's what that
that's
is.
That's what she was. Okay. Yeah. I see you getting deep there. I like the Matrix, but the red and blue pill is red and green or red and blue?
It's blue.
Okay, hey man,
it's blue.
Listen.
Blue. No. I'm saying you were right. It is blue.
Okay. All right. Well, no, I am.
But that's an angle I did not think about, Jackie.
What I do is that I try to be as real and as honest as possible, and have an objective view. But if I understand what he's saying, I'm not going to be an asshole and act like I don't just so I can argue with him, because that's weak. That's weak. So if he actually gets me to where he needs me to go, he got me there. But I want him to get me there here. And so if somebody else wasn't there, maybe they got there with me.
Yeah, maybe
red pilling, baby. I'm red pilling, baby.
Stop. You gotta stop.
What?
You gotta stop.
Stop what? Red pilling?
You gotta stop. Gotta stop.
Well, Jackie, I guess when you do yours, please let us know by all means. I know Michael will know, and we'll be happy to support or do whatever we need to do to get in there with you.
All right. Well, mine is on Sunday at 7. I mean, usually I start late, so it'll probably be like 7:30. But I'll try for 7.
So you're a podcaster. You're black. You chose right there. You chose black. You didn't think you got to be a podcaster, man. Come on time. No, all I'm black. It's gonna be by 8:30.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about that. But yeah, like I see the angle y'all saw, but I also saw the angle of like just feminizing men to just always just want to get in touch with their emotions so they can just accept things. Like let's just get in touch with your emotions. I know my therapist, she was a full-blown feminist. So she used to give me terrible advice. I was like, oh no, I gotta get rid of her. Like,
and I asked, like,
it's not working.
Right. I was in therapy and I asked my therapist, I'm like, what are like some of the measures to be a therapist? And he was just like, what do you mean? I was like, okay, cool. So I know you got to go to school, right? So you go to school and then what? He's like, then you're a therapist.
Hey, wait. I want to tell my therapy story one time. I want to tell Jackie my therapy story. Because I wasn't going to therapy. I had to go to therapy as a part of a car accident that I had. I had a car accident, so they had to go to therapy. You listen to this, Jackie?
Yeah, I'm trying to go on mute because of the cricket.
No, you fine. Go on mute. I just want to make sure you're still there. I know it's cars. Don't get hit by nothing, and don't try not to kill too many crickets. So I went to therapy because of a car accident. Then they send you to therapy because they want to make sure you're all right. They want to make sure you're able to drive. I just happened to be going to therapy at the same time that I was accused of something. And the accusation was gonna get me 20 years in jail.
Oh, shit.
So I just happened to be going on at the same time. So when I went to therapy and I just told the therapist about it because we just sat there kicking it basically and then the therapist was like, this is kind of serious. I was like, it's serious, but I ain't do it. So, I'll probably be all right. So she was just like, well, let's dive into this. Like, what are they accusing you of? And have you been bonded over? Was you arrested? Are you out on bond? I'm like, yeah, all that is currently happening right now, but I should be straight because I didn't do it. She told me that I was not taking it serious enough.
Mm-hmm.
And second, she probably was like, you probably need to look into taking the deal.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Like, she was like, because I hear what you're saying, but if they accused you of something, you did something for this to get bonded over and for you to be in court for it and be accused. You did something. So I don't want to see your life get thrown away because of your pride. So you probably should try to take the deal that they're trying to give you. And that's the last day I went to her.
Yeah,
I thought that was crazy.
But
I thought that was crazy. I was like, "That's you." Like you said, what are your requirements to say something like that to me? And I can't believe that you just said that to me.
And that was the thing. Now, and the reason I asked it. The thing is that it never dawned on me to even ask it. And not like because I had a guy and he wasn't. He never gave me any crazy advice. We really just talked stuff through, and he kind of let me talk for maybe like, let's say it's an hour in the session. Probably talk for maybe like 35 minutes. And then he would come in and say, okay, cool. Let's dissect this, this, and this. And he was super good. The guy was great. You know what I'm saying?
Black guy?
White guy.
White guy. Okay.
White guy. He was super good. You know what I'm saying? It still is super good. And I'll probably go back to him. But so it never dawned on me to ask him that question until like the maybe 15th session or something like that. It just never dawned on me. And I was like, what does it take to actually become a therapist? And then when he said that, I was like, oh.
How much you ever bought a Cracker Jack box? Yeah. So dig down in the Cracker Jack box, and when you come up, either you get a sticker, or you become a therapist, or you get a certificate. That's wild.
That's wild.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Jackie, I want to.
Yes.
We're going. We're trying to shut it down. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you giving your word. I appreciate the support. The the way you subscribe. Please let us know if we can do anything. We here to support each other. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Oh, well, I'm gonna get off, and y'all have a good night.
You have a great night, Jackie. Too. Watch the cars, and please get home safe.
I will.
All right, see you in these YouTube streets.
All right.
Bye.
Whew, so, in closing, Michael?
Yeah, we probably need therapy.
You're going when we do need therapy.
Yeah, but we probably need therapy. And in addition, we need platforms that advocate for men.
In addition, that's what I'm saying. It's no one doesn't substitute for the other. Both are good.
And as long as we're and most of the content is, and not just our content, like, most of the content that's being put out, most of it is either fact-based or it's showing women. So it's either game tape or it's the stats. You know what I'm saying? So like if you said you had a good game and you the one that helped us to win and Michael ain't do nothing. And then I'm like, hold on, that's not true. And then I go to game tape and the stats. I'm not an asshole. That's what people are doing. They're letting they're saying, no, we had a good game. And then we're just showing what they did and the stats. And that's a lot of the platform. Again, it's just like I said, just like with the kid thing. You know what I'm saying? Like with the kid thing, it's just like, like most black men don't even have kids. So like kind of your assessment of us being serial and pregnant is not true. So most of these platforms are just based on showing game tape and showing stats. It's not really that deep. Nobody is trying to hurt. But if you lied on us, then I'm probably, when I tell the truth, it's probably just going to make you look bad. Now, I've been lied on before. You know what I'm saying? For a while. Part of that, I didn't even know I was being lied on.
I lied on you before.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought we was opening up.
No. But being lied on and then eventually telling the truth, of which I have not on that lied on, the person is just going to look bad anyway. And that's what this is. This is not trash black women. No, it's just like, hey man, look, what were you expecting? You expecting niggas to just take it? Like your therapist suggested? Hey, just take the charge and take the deal. Just take it. Even though you didn't do it, take it.
That's what she said.
That's amazing. And she is certified. That's what she is.
I feel like she was falling asleep during some of the sessions, and I didn't want to say nothing.
Maybe she was a strong, independent black woman that didn't need a man.
She was an old white lady, so I'm not even gonna act like
she's a strong, independent, strong old white lady who didn't need no man. Like whatever. But what I'm saying is that a lot of this stuff is not about putting women down. It's about certainly advocating for men. One, but we gotta eventually tell the truth.
and all this shit can't be our fault. All this shit can't be our fault. You know what I mean? It's hey, that's they shit. That's not us. Okay, cool. We did that one, but y'all did that one, and that's y'all fault. That's y'all's outcome. None of this ever blames women for our shit. I mean, it's not possible. Like, man, if it wasn't like, we don't really do that. Men don't even do that. Men will. This is what men will do. This is what men will do, and this is why what you said is so important. Men will just take the deal. They would just take the deal. All right, I mean, I ain't do it, but all right, whatever. That's dumb, man. That lady should be fired. She shouldn't still have a job.
I'm Vince Perkins. This is Mike Perkins.
I'm Mike Perkins, man.
Subscribe, share, do whatever you think you should do to support. I would say that I'm happy that you do have a voice, and I'm happy that you aren't afraid to use your voice, because a lot of people hide behind the computer, they hide behind the tweets, or they hide behind their comments, and you're not only feeling this way, you're not afraid to express it and put yourself in front of people, and that is strength. I'm out of here.
All right, man. Peace.
Yep.